This is your daily market recap for Monday, August 14th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, August 14th, 2023. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Sorry I didn't get a chance to do a weekend review. Pretty busy, moving, doing some things. But let's jump into it. So we know earnings season's wrapping up, and what do we know? Clearly earnings is slowing. People are anticipating a rebound. The market clearly priced in a massive rebound. But where are we going next? Well, as we've said, economic data is slowing. Credit crunch is going to take a hold. Commercial real estate's a problem. China, Europe. Sadly, again, the market's going to try to convince people to do the wrong thing at the wrong times all the time, because ultimately it's a game to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people. I try to explain this to people, and it's just really hard to try to predict all intraday moves. But we are in OPEX, so are we surprised that the market is chopping, probably going to hold up maybe to kill some VIX? No, not at all. However, at this point, after the close, you're seeing a lot of disclosures of positions. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll try to post them all in the Discord room. It does look like there was some buying, some profit taking. Just keep in mind that these 13 Fs are based on, are compared to Q1 to Q2. And at this point, you don't know what someone's going to be doing. Will they hold it for a little bit? Will they sell it quickly? You just don't know. So in that case, it doesn't matter. Either way, if you have questions, please reach out. Let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, also check out Discord room, link is in the description below. Hit us up on the Twitter. Back to basics. A lot of people asking about, what do they think, for OPEX and what's coming. I'm telling you, watch these videos. I think there's 3 videos on options expiration. It is not simple. It can be very complicated at times. TheTradingAgent.com, again, if Back to Basics series, there's tons of information here for you. And when I say tons, literally, tons of videos, tons of insight, tons of articles. And if you want that 5.3% from Goldman, I'm recommending it highly. I use it. Get the referral code. Link is in the description below. Appreciate all the love, support, generous donations, and yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, whatever, if you're into this stuff. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. That's what I always tell people. All right. Fed funds, target, expecting a pause. No surprise. Bitcoin, like gold, like a lot of these other commodity names. I mean, personally, I think the best time to buy this stuff is when the Fed's going to pivot, because that's what has been previously the best times. And now what? Channel lows coming at some point, sideways, chop, not surprised. Oil, a lot of folks in the Discord room talked about a bounce. We talked about it potentially. They were correct. We held levels very clear. How high now? This is where I think it's going to start getting choppy and sloppy. Now, OPEC is going to cut. We've talked about that. They're going to try to hold up price. There is no, COVID kind of 2.0 happening here where futures are going to go negative. Now, oil will correct global recession, global growth, but again, I just trade it. We're not the Fed pivot yet. Natural gas, a lot of people got super excited about it. We've talked about it. I mean, I think we're just in a big sloppy chop zone, and if you don't like that answer, I just don't know what to tell you. All right, the dollar. Interesting, back testing another trend line today perfectly, hitting our range highs. Near term, tough to know. This is a pretty solid move. Now, personally, I'm at this point where I'm not really sure what's next, in the sense of I expect more volatility in the dollar, but for the next couple of days, I could see the dollar chopping around just because of OPEX. TLT, same thing. A lot of people are talking about buying bonds today. I mean, I'd like it. Try to buy the lows. Now, I know everyone's like, what's the lows of the day? Well, usually the first hour, probably going to get some choppy sloppiness. 94, 95. Could we get, now this is the thing you have to ask yourself. Could we get down to 93? That's always possible. So choose your capital, how to spend it well. Does that help? VIX, chop. Now, again, I think we'll probably, so this is what typically happens. Monday, Tuesday, up. Wednesday, chop. Thursday, down. Friday, down. and if that's the thing, if it's an up beginning and down OPEX, now usually has up and down. We've talked about that, watch the previous videos. If the Monday's the up, Tuesday again. I mean, we showed in the Discord room the Stock Traders Almanac. It's looking bullish this week. Wouldn't be surprised. Now again, will we fill this gap? It seems very likely at some points. The Vivix, chopping, slopping, all sorts of fun stuff. Not much to say. The SPY holding our zone here. 20-day could be on board this week. Now, a lot of people will say, well, that's just annoying. That's frustrating. I'm telling you, the first dip gets bought. Chop is normal. Off the highs. Same thing off the lows. How high? This is the problem. I don't know what to tell you. However, Q, same thing. I don't know, other than maybe the 20-day that's now curling down. Maybe the Qs can only get back into like this 374 area. It's been resistance. IWM, again, showing the lagging. Hits the 50-day. Double top. Yeah, Dia chopping around. We've talked about this one. Retesting some highs from previously. Well, this one, sorry. Now what? I mean, it backs off, holding the 20-day. So far, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. Gold, I mean, I hate to sound like a jerk, but just let it be. Now, during OPEX, get a chop around. I imagine after hours, some people are going to say they're buying this stuff. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, NVIDIA, EU buying NVIDIA chips. Yeah, I'm seeing all these headlines after hours. It's like, okay. I mean, it's just, again, it's like headlines from the past. Are they priced in? You don't know. Wow, David Tepper definitely dumped some tech. It's in Disney. Wow. I'm sorry, I just got distracted. Anyway, but gold, 200-day seems very likely. Again, at this point, just leave it alone. Silver, it has to hold here. Is there a tradable bounce? I guess if you want. GDX, man, this is just holding on for dear life. Holding on. Wick and coming back. The volume's late. I don't really trust it. Is it an OPEX thing? Are they trying to knock some of the options on this stuff? Same thing. 35 area, just 34 has to hold. Leave it. AG. These names are just choppy and sloppy. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of fun in this. The easy time will be when you'll know. When nobody wants miners, hit me up. Newmont, same thing. Just kind of lag. New lows. Pass. 20-day. Whatever. Taiwan semi. Here we go. All right. Gets down into our zone. Of course it bounces a little bit. Okay. Micron. I mean, I'm curious. Let me pull up the 10-minute. I'm just going to see if I see it. Because I know some of these names had ads. They're sold. Yeah, I mean, interesting. Morgan Stanley upgrading the chip sector. Imagine that at the highs. How nice of them. It's not like they were saying buy chips at the lows. AMD, nice little bounce. Again, OPEX, probably a ton of puts in this stuff, right? Don't be surprised. NVIDIA, man, up to 440s. I posted in the Discord room. I wouldn't be surprised getting the 440, maybe in the 20-day. It's curling down. Check it out. Intel, little rally. Yeah, okay. I mean, dead cat bounce, chopping. I mean, I still think it's a double top, but time will tell. SMH closes at the high of the day. After hours up a little bit. I mean, this candle is an outside reversal candle. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit the 50-day. So if you went and jumped in shorts today, I mean, sorry I wasn't around. Didn't really think there was much to say. Hopefully you watched OPEX. I mean, the Monday of OPEX is, again, I can't say for sure, but the odds of really this being the top for the week are rather low. That's all I can say. Adobe, nice little bounce. Again, all tech bounce. Held some trend line, 20-day. Apple, crapple. I mean, we expected this to hold the 100-day. So far, so good. I mean, I would probably watch this 184. I mean, who knows? Who the hell knows? This could just be a dead flatliner, too. I mean, remember, it went on a monster run. It could be an absolute flatliner. Amazon holding support for the moment. Not surprised. I mean, 20 days coming. CRM after hours. I'm curious if this one's holding up. Got sold by somebody. It's just flattening around. Again, this OPEX / report on who's owning what coming out after the close, 13 Fs from last quarter. I mean, it's really, it's tough to know. I mean, again, if I owned a third, I I'm not saying this is all these guys do this, but if I had to report publicly my trades, I would get in the trades, and then when they release the news, I'd be selling covered calls or selling my stocks. Wouldn't you? Exit liquidity, Google holding up, hoping this will break at some point. Matter of time, my opinion. Meta held the 290s, filled the gap. 20-day, I don't know, maybe even 315. Microsoft, this thing's been beaten. 100, yeah, I don't know, just slow and steady. NDAQ, 50-day. I would love to see a 100-day touch, but we'll see. MicroStrategy, you would think it'd be up a little more. It's just chopping around. I guess not. I don't know. Netflix, I bet nobody's buying this stock, but whatever. Holding here. Just again, this looks like a big chop top. Roblox got smoked, got down into the 20 handle, just chopping. Again, I think it'll go lower. It's just a matter of when. Tesla. It just burn. Now I get it. The candle's green. Okay. Well, again, the direction still seems to be down, but look for pops to short. Man, if it could touch this confluence area, that would be a sick short. Letter X today. Getting potentially bought out by Cleveland Cliffs for $35 a share. Okay, if I'm Cleveland Cliffs, yeah. They got a ton of debt. I mean, again, long term, we think commodities are the play, but I just don't know if it'll get rewarded and sustain near term. Because again, they have to finance stuff, the debt finance, and the whole process of putting a deal together could be an absolute nightmare. Nucor holding up. Caterpillar, slow death here. Can't get over this 280s. See what happens. VALE, global growth name on fire. Ugh. XDiv, ouch. Arrow, 50 days. Better hold. It better hold. So far, it is CCJ. What you got here, CC? Chopping at the highs. Again, I mean, you can't argue. It's acting strong. CF got all the ag names got a big downgrade today. They went XDiv, looks like paid out below the 20-day. Keep an eye on it. Mosaic. I mean, the whole sector got downgraded. So, I mean, brokers, 20-day. I mean, you might have some professional gaps here. Just chopping. I mean, again, we told you to take profits on these. Hopefully you listen. If you didn't, whatever. AA. Chop, chop. New lows. Oof. Ugly. Again, a lot of these names. I mean, to me, it feels like the market's just a matter of when, not if. And that's the fine. If commodities hold up a little better because of rotation, I still think tech is going to get slaughtered. XLF below the 20-day. JP Morgan. Your JP Mo below the 20-day. Just looks like it's good to get smoked at some point. Morgan Stanley, we talked about this getting down here from 95 to like 86. It's probably got a couple days of chop and slop. Don't get too anxious about it. Goldman Sachs, same thing. Down, down, down. KRE. Michael Berry sold all his stock. Below the 20-day. I'm telling you, it's going to get fugly. XBI, chopping. Man, look at that. New low, rally back. OPEX, y'all. They make it so fun. Solar, TAN. We talked about it. Probably going to hold this level down here near term, right? Don't be surprised. Again, don't short the stuff at the lows, for the love of God. Sedge, ENP both look crappy, but I think they could chop out for a little bit. Don't be surprised they chop out for a while. Until maybe a while, a couple days. Sedge, same thing. First Solar, look at this. We said 211. We told you right back up into this area. I'd be watching it. Now, again, First Solar's like, you bring a ruler to it, it needs like inches and feet. It's still good, but I would watch this area. HYG holding up at the trend, trying to. Oil, we talked about, we think oil is topping up here. So far, so good. Natural gas, definitely chopping around. Again, we love this stuff long term, but I don't trust it. XOP, man, hit the high end of the range. 4 days, novice gap, chopping around. Could it be done? Keep an eye on it. Again, keep an eye on this stuff. ExxonMobil. Interesting formation up here because I thought this would be a left-right combo, but look what we're doing is another one. So keep an eye on that. I don't know if it needs to get up to 114 to fill the gap, but we'll see. Big, choppy, sloppy Joe range. Occidental. All right, looks like we might be testing. I saved, I drew this in the last video. 65, 66. See what happens up here. PXD. I know some people were shorting this. I like it. It's just, it might be stuck. Might be stuck. Wish it would fail, but OpEx doesn't make that easy. EGT. Professional gap, novice gap trap. Keep an eye on that high volume. We'll see. Flex LNG will end it here. Again, I like this name long term on dips. Major dips, we'll probably see somewhere in the 20s, maybe teens. I don't know. I've said this and I'll say it again. They will throw the baby out with the bathwater. Please do yourself a favor, study the past. If you have questions, please reach out, drop me a link, drop me a like, whatever. Again, I can show you the monthly charts if you're not sure about why we talk about who, how and what tech is going to do and commodities. And again, I studied the past. Now, I know a lot of people will try to argue for certainty. And again, I can't tell you for sure, but you have to plan around it. And I told people this many, many times is that you have to play the game as probabilities. And by playing the game as probabilities, you accept being wrong, but you also accept the fact that you have to use the evidence and the reoccurring patterns until they don't work. And if they don't work sometimes, you can't beat yourself up on them. You just move on. Now, a lot of people go, oh, what if it's a new bull market? I highly doubt it. But if it is, if you buy the breakout of new highs and the market really is strong, and then you wait for a pullback and then go, I mean, if it's going to be one of those 300-400% moves, who gives a shiznit? You know what I mean? All right. If you have any questions again about real estate, please reach out. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.